popping, persistent to pass.
You fools! You fell for it again! This entire Tim Burton ranking was just a trap to get you to listen to me talk about musicals again! At last, my arm is complete again! Tim Burton, you see, directed the film adaptation of the musical Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street. And Sweeney Todd is one of the all-time greats. I adore it. I think it's easily Stephen Sondheim's best show, and it's in my personal top 10 favorite musicals of all time. Just ignore the fact that in my second Letterboxd tagline video, I forgot one of the lyrics in the final song. I don't listen to that song very much, my bad. But anyway, that's the stage show that's excellent. How does the film adaptation compare? I don't think it's as good, but it's still pretty freaking good. The thing is, Tim Burton seems like the perfect guy to direct this on paper. And in the 90s, I feel like he would have done an absolutely stellar job. But unfortunately, this is 2000's Tim Burton we're talking about. He released this movie in between Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and Alice in Wonderland. It's kind of a miracle that it's even watchable at all. I mean, the rough CG in the overture is worrying, but for the most part, Burton's style doesn't really overtake this film at all, in a positive or negative way. He kind of just lets the musical play out and doesn't really feel like he's putting that much of a personal stamp on the visuals. Again, that's great. I don't want this looking like Alice in Wonderland. But at the same time, man, I would kill to see what the Burton who did Edward Scissorhands or even Sleepy Hollow could do with this. The movie looks fine and appropriately bleak, but it kind of feels like he took a hands-off approach to directing it. Sometimes that's a good thing, since this story and this music are tremendous, and I want to see them play out on screen without whatever shit Tom Hooper did with the cinematography and editing of Les Mis. But other times, it feels like there's a lot of dead air. It's hard to describe, but some scenes feel a bit sluggish. I don't know. Again, it's better than having actively bad direction. I think the emotions, the story, and the intricacies of the characters all come through pretty well. They had to cut a few things out, obviously, but I don't think it's anything too essential. I mean, the opening song from the musical is a banger, but I understand that it wouldn't really fit a movie adaptation. They maybe downplay Anthony and Joanna's roles a bit more than I'd like, but they add a couple scenes to make you hate Turpin even more. And I think those are welcome, since the revenge quest is the primary plotline. Now for the performances, I think they are all pretty good in the acting department and pretty fine in the singing departments. Anthony, Joanna, and especially Toby are the best singers in the cast. Probably because they aren't celebrities, what do you know? I do kind of have a pet peeve whenever weaker singers are cast in movie musicals just because the producers want to put butts in seats, but I honestly think it works fine enough here. Johnny Depp and Helena Bonham Carter are decent enough vocally to make most of these songs work, except for one, and we'll get to that. There are a ton of parts where the background music is blaring and it kind of drowns them out since they can't sing loud enough to overtake it. I mean, the sound mixer probably could have fixed that, but it's also fair to expect someone in these roles to be able to match the intensity of the characters and the music. But I think these two at least pick up the slack in the acting department. Johnny Depp was even nominated for an Oscar for this performance, and watching it, yeah, I think that's fair. He's supremely terrifying in this role, and he sells every little moment and menacing facial expression. I would definitely prefer a stronger singer, but I think the acting definitely saves this performance. Except during the most pivotal song of the whole show? Yeah, this is kind of a big problem. He clearly did not have it in him to perform Epiphany. This is one of the greatest songs in all of musical theater, in my opinion. And his version is just awful. It really sucks. I don't know what to tell you. This is the only song in the movie I'd outright call bad. But it's the most important one to get right. I don't know. If this is the only time you've seen Sweeney Todd, please do yourself a favor and watch any other version. I'm sure you can find one floating around on YouTube. Like I said though, pretty much every other song works. A Little Priest is fun and bouncy. There's a lot of tension during Pretty Women. The contrast between Sweeney and Anthony and Joanna Quartet is sold pretty well. And yeah, like I said, the kid who played Toby has really got the pipes. Goddamn. Not While I'm Around is a definite highlight. Overall, I really like this film, but I think the source material is entirely elevating it, since the performances and the direction are both pretty solid. They worked. You can just tell though that this musical has the potential to give us the best film adaptation of a stage show of all time. But I don't know if anyone has a reason to try again, since this one was decently successful, and is pretty well liked to this day, from what I can tell. It's good, I like it, but you really owe it to yourself to see Sweeney on stage sometime.